tafsir of the Qur'an without the Arabic language, he's more likely doing it from the top of his head, from his experiences, from how he feels, from what he thinks, from his philosophies, and everything that's in his mind, instead of doing it from the actual book and how it's being revealed. Because if you know the lugha of the Arab, you will understand it how it's supposed to be understood and how the Prophet ﷺ taught his companions to understand it. And this is the reason why Sahabah, they were still asking the Prophet ﷺ, even though they were Arab, what does this mean and what does that mean? There is a report of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, who didn't understand what Fatir al-Samawati wal-Ard meant. And you can find that in Tafsir ibn Kathir. Fatir al-Samawati wal-Ard meant until he heard two Arabs fighting over a well. Who started it? So then he understood that Fatir means somebody who started it. So then he understood the ayah that Allah is the one that started Fatir al-Samawati wal-Ard, the heavens and the earth. So you can see that the Sahaba, even though Arabic was their language, even the Qur'an needed to be explained to them. This to say that somebody who nowadays reads the Qur'an, the translation of the Qur'an, and tries to explain to you what Allah said, he should be punished harshly, according to Al-Imam Malik ibn Anas. Because what are you talking about? First of all, the translation lost already a bunch of meaning. And you are trying to explain and say that Allah said this, and it don't make no sense. The seventh quote by Mujahid ibn Jabr, one of the greatest mufassirun and interpreters of tafsir in the Qur'an. He says, لا يحل لأحد يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر أن يتكلم في كتاب الله إذا لم يكن عالما بلغة العرب. Mujahid, he says that it's not allowed for anyone who believes in Allah in the last day to speak about the book of Allah without knowing the language of the Arabs, i.e. knowing the Arabic language. You don't have the right to even try to explain the Qur'an if you don't know Arabic. Because through the translation, this is pretty much saying, and the contrast of this saying is, the translation is not what Allah Azza wa Jal say. It's a close interpretation that it will rely on the capacity and the ability of the one who's translating it to bring across and try and get close to the interpretation of the actual meaning. But what you need to really do to understand. Now, if you have watched all the way until here, I know that you are serious about learning the Arabic language, so I invite you to go ahead and click the first link in the description. Go to our website. You will see a button that says book a qualification call. Go ahead and book a qualification call to speak to one of our student onboarding coaches. And that the best moment to start for you, it was years ago, and that the next best moment is right now. Go ahead and click the link. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah, if Allah wills it for you, I will see you on the other side. Wassalamu alaikum.